In the iconic words of Vincent Kennedy McMahon, welcome to WrestleMania! Post-show edition of NXT. Although technically that isn't true because NXT wasn't a part of WrestleMania. So we'll redo it. Welcome to Stand and Deliver. Post-show NXT. It is the first NXT since Stand and Deliver. But everything is not the way it was since Stand and Deliver ended because we've had an NXT Championship match. For some reason, they decided to put an NXT title match on Raw. I guess they thought the entire Raw show was fucking terrible, so they needed to put something that was not god-awful on the show, and that is why we got Braun Breaker versus Dolph Ziggler for the 10th millionth time, and it resulted in Braun Breaker winning, guys. So yeah, we left Stand and Deliver with Dolph Ziggler as the NXT champion, but what, 4 days later, and Braun Breaker is once again your NXT champion. So if you don't watch Raw, you've missed it. There was a big title change. Not a fan of this. If they wanted Braun Breaker to be the champion, why not just have him win it Stand and Deliver? To me, it just devalues the belt and it devalues the brand when a massive change like this can happen on another show. It's like, I mean, come on, it's supposed to be must-watch TV, but something's happening on Raw, and I don't think that's right. I mean, by all means, if you want someone to have a match on Raw, then fair enough, because Dolph Ziggler is a Raw guy. I totally get that. But I think to have the NXT Championship, you know, change place, change hands, different if maybe Dolph Ziggler retained, but I thought it was dumb. Anyway, let's get into your preview now that I've rambled a load of shite about Braun Breaker being the new champion. And that's me not criticising Braun Breaker, because I like Braun Breaker, but I just think that I don't think Steiner Jr. should be the champ via winning the belt on Raw. And speaking of Steiner, Rick Steiner set to be in attendance tonight at NXT. Will he appear on camera, or is it just a backstage thing? For now, we don't know. Will Dolph Ziggler get a rematch? See, it's strange. Sometimes WWE have said they've done away with the rematches, but sometimes they give somebody a rematch. It just depends on whether or not they want to have one, you know. I don't think there's an official rematch. If they want to have a second match, WWE do it. If they don't want to have a second match, then they don't do it. So, I mean, it is what it is. Like, Brock Lesnar will not be getting a rematch for his belt against Roman Reigns because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit his schedule. But when it does make sense to WWE to do it. So they just pick and choose, really, when they want rematches. I wouldn't be surprised if Ziggler does get a rematch sometime down the line, but I think they should move on. I mean, Ziggler, you know, he had some good matches with Braun Breaker. It was a decent wee feud, but I think they should move on now, and Braun Breaker should get a new challenger. But speaking of rematches, there is going to be NXT Women Tag Team Championship titles on the line tonight. The new champs, Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, will be defending against the former champions, Toxic Attraction, Gigi Dolan and JC Jane. So we'll see if the former champs can retain. I mean, their match at Stand and Deliver was on the pre-show. To be fair, it wasn't that good. Hopefully they have a better match tonight. I would not be against Toxic Attraction winning the belts back, but I don't think they will. Tony D'Angelo and AJ Galante are set to continue their Stand and Deliver celebrations, which I'm guess means that someone will interfere and we'll get a new feud with Tony D'Angelo. New NXT North American Champion Cameron Grimes will speak. That's not something I'm looking forward to. I'd rather he didn't speak. I'd rather he vacated the belt and fucked off somewhere else. I don't like Cameron Grimes. Nothing personal, I just don't think the guy's any good. Do not like him. Every time he comes on the screen, he bores the hell out of me. No word here whether Mandy Rose is going to be on the show, but I think they could probably do a Mandy Rose Cora Jade match. I don't think it will happen tonight, but I think down the line, it was supposed to be Cora Jade versus Mandy Rose at Stand and Deliver. For whatever reason, they made it a fatal four-way. Maybe they didn't think that one-on-one match was big enough for the pay-per-view. Maybe they wanted to fit more women onto the card into meaningful matches, and that's why they made that fatal four-way. I don't know, but I actually kind of enjoyed the build-up. I enjoyed the rivalry between Cora Jade and Mandy Rose, so I would like to see them get a one-on-one match down the line. And I mean, I would probably like to go one-on-one with Mandy Rose down the line, or tonight, or anytime she's free, really, but that's not going to happen. Speaking of things that are not going to happen, or shouldn't happen, but will happen, tonight we've got Nikita Lyons, who has got the biggest ass in wrestling I have ever seen. And when I say that, I mean She's got the biggest ass for someone who isn't like morbidly obese. Yeah, Rikishi had a big fucking fat ass. Yokozuna had a big fat ass, but Yokozuna's ass didn't turn me on. Nikita's lion's ass does, so it's a different kind of ass. I mean, Nia Jax had a big ass, but I mean, the majority of it was just fat. Whereas Nikita Lyons, she's got like a real fucking ass, you know. Even though her opponent tonight, Lash Legend, said it's fake and it's implants, Nikita Lyons is claiming it's 100% real. And I want to know if it's real, so here, I'm telling Nikita Lyons right now, I want to touch it just to prove that it's real, so hit me up on YouTube and we'll try and see if we can arrange that to happen. But yeah, Nikita Lyons set to take on Lash Legend tonight. Last time Lash Legend had a match, I believe they had to like cut half the match, it was that bad on 205 Live. Apparently, they had to go and edit it all, because apparently it was a stinker. So we could be getting another stinker tonight when Nikita Lyons takes on Lash Legend. But in terms of a preview for tonight, guys, I think that's it. I mean, Ciampa's supposedly gone. We've got no news on Walter. We've got no news on Eli Drake, LA Knight, whatever he calls himself. But yeah, maybe we'll get some more debuts tonight. Possible. Maybe something else will happen. The whole Indy Hartwell Dexter thing. I don't know what will happen, but I'm looking forward to it. NXT's normally a good watch. So there you go, guys. There's your preview. We've got at least one title match tonight, maybe more, and maybe the appearance of Rex Steiner. Woof, woof, woof. Till next time, peace.